Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for joining us for the Sunday edition of the Eyewitness Morning News. We're going to kick it off with weather because yesterday was beautiful. Sunny blue skies, minus that little hiccup with the little storms in the city.
No, I was praying for rain. As you're out doing yard work, you're hoping for some of those
that's
clouds.
what you did yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was painful out there.
Brutal for you.
Very brutal.
I was in my car. I was cool. Cruising.
I see. That's why you didn't want it raining.
I didn't. I had to cruise.
The sunroof. Oh, I know.
Sunroof open. We're rolling, Chris.
Duke's got to cruise. And we are going to see maybe a few more.
Thank you, Chris. We begin with breaking news this morning. 3 men were shot overnight in separate incidents. The first shooting left a man in critical condition in Jefferson Parish. It happened near Powell Street and Elmwood Park Boulevard. Information is limited, but sheriff deputies are investigating. And over in Orleans Parish, a man was shot near the intersection of South Robinson Street and MLK Boulevard. Now, we received word of this shooting just before 2 a.m. this morning. There's no word on the victim's condition at this time. And not far from the WWL TV station, a man was shot in the French Quarter. It happened near St. Louis and Dauphine. We've received word of the shooting around 4:30 this morning. He was taken to a hospital by EMS. If you have any information on any of these shootings, please call police. And new this morning, President Trump made history today as the first president to physically step foot into North Korea, meeting with leader Kim Jong-un.
It's just an honor to be with you, and it was an honor that you asked me to step over that line, and I was proud to step over the line. I thought you might do that. I wasn't sure, but I was ready to do it, and I want to thank you. It's been great.
President Moon of South Korea was also present for the meeting, despite being told by North Korea last week that he would no longer be needed as an intermediary between the two parties. The mysterious deaths of tourists who previously traveled to the Dominican Republic has grabbed the attention of the U.S., and now the Senate's top Democrat is calling for an in-depth investigation. Senator Chuck Schumer is asking the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives to join the FBI in the investigation after now at least 8 Americans died in the Dominican Republic this year. Families of those victims have raised the question of whether there's a connection between their deaths and alcohol and the possible misuse of pesticides. According to the tourism minister of the Dominican Republic, the deaths are not a wave of mysterious fatalities, but of a statistically normal phenomenon lumped together by the media. The state fair officials are speaking out after a 2-year-old boy died from E. coli bacteria. 3 other children fell ill after visiting the San Diego County Fair, and they all had one fact in common. They each were in contact with the animals. E. coli is found in animal feces, and health officials stress it's still possible the cases are all unrelated. San Diego usually sees up to 50 E. coli cases a year.
All of these cases are under active investigation, and it really did not come together as a picture with this information until late yesterday.
San Diego County Fair officials have closed public access to all animal areas, including the petting zoo. They plan to completely sanitize all buildings that house the animals once those animals are gone. Well, after the break, many of us travel out of town and head to the beach for summer vacation. And while we like to have some fun in the sun, you might want to be on the lookout for sharks at the beach. We'll tell you about that when we come back. Chris, weather.
Yep, never going in the water again. A lot of sunshine outside this morning with daily rain chances, but what about the 4th of July? Details coming up.
Welcome back. A video circulating on social media shows a 13-foot shark swimming near the shore at Navarre Beach in Florida. And with many heading that way for the 4th of July holiday, some are worried about the possibility of it happening again. So our Megan Key talked with experts to find out how often shark sightings actually happen. Experts add that sharks aren't looking to harm humans, but often mistake us for prey. And since we are on the topic of sharks, your baby will now have a chance to learn to walk with the help of the new Baby Shark Walker. And yes, parents, take a look, take a listen. You're in luck because it plays, you know the song, Baby Shark. The walker is designed for toddlers 12 months and up, and it comes out in October, and it sells for about $40. No?
We have enough Baby Shark in our house without the addition of the Baby Shark Walker.
I was going to ask you if your son Henry would like that. Or would Lucy like that? Your daughter.
Lucy can walk, so we're good.
Good on that one.
4.5.
Okay.
But Henry,
maybe she wants it. You never know.
Yeah, Henry might.
Okay. But
But
here
we
we
have
are.
enough. We have enough Baby Shark in our house.
Okay, well, cool. But today, weather,
Yeah.
will it be good? Good?
For walking,
Walking?
you could strolling,
Dancing?
with a walker, dancing,
Do your life?
driving around with the
Sunroof open?
sunroof open.
You know.
Keep wanting to say the top down. I'm expecting you to have a convertible.
One day, Chris.
One day.
When I get on your level.
Those are your goals.
Thank you, Chris. A big change kicked in last month, which affects the way employer identification numbers, or EINs, are issued. Leslie Sadowski, video blogger with Biz New Orleans, is here to tell us about EINs and what you need to know about the new requirement that applies to any business seeking a tax ID number.
If you're a sole proprietor, you will need to get a new EIN if you incorporate or are subject to bankruptcy. If you are a subsidiary of a corporation, you'll need a new EIN if you're using the parent corporation's EIN. And partnerships will have to get a new EIN if they incorporate, if one partner is taken over by the other as a sole proprietor, and if you end one partnership and begin another.
Thanks, Leslie. You can read more about this topic and other local business stories and see Leslie's BizCast videos at bizneworleans.com. Well, sports is up next, and we'll hear from one Pelican who says Davis talked about being traded before the season ended. Stick and stay. 6:25 now. July 4th is quickly approaching, and millions will celebrate with fireworks. But safety experts are reminding people how dangerous they can be. Nichelle Medina reports.
The explosions can...
Good morning and welcome back to the second half hour of the Sunday edition of the Eyewitness Morning News. I am here with the weather expert, the man who's going to tell you all about today's weather, because, well, we know it's this time of year where it's normally hot. So, I mean, what else more can you say, though?
Not a whole lot.
Okay, great. Then let's talk about that for, a minute and a half.
Exactly right. I
Do
got to
that.
stretch this out as long as I can. It is going to be another hot day today. Maybe a few more showers, what
Yeah.
we saw yesterday. A couple of cooling showers. You were rooting against the rain.
Yes.
I was rooting for it.
But you were outside, though.
I was outside working. You were just cruising around in your car.
There's nothing wrong with that. You
No,
can
there's
do that.
nothing wrong. I'm
You
just
can do that.
saying I was begging for rain, but
You got it, though.
No, I didn't at my house. I never saw a drop of it. We have sunny.
15 children have died already this year from being left inside hot cars. And it's an alarming number that leaders with the New Orleans Emergency Services say is a reminder for people to take extra steps in preventing a child's death. Jacqueline.
In the time it takes to unload a dishwasher, a child left alone in...
Happening today, you could help rescue animals at a special fundraiser as several groups hope to continue their work of finding some furry friends a home. The crew of Mid-City Mutt Mamas, you heard that correctly, ladies and gentlemen, is one of those involved. Now, this is a volunteer organization. They also educate about the importance of vaccinating and neutering animals. The fundraiser is tonight at Rock and Bowl. It'll feature music and a silent auction, as well as information about each of the 5 animal rescue groups involved. Tickets are $10 in advance, and of course, we're going to have a link on our website at wwltv.com. A look now at a few other stories you need to know. 3 men were shot overnight in separate incidents. The first shooting left a man in critical condition in Jefferson Parish. It happened near Powell Street and Elmwood Park Boulevard. Information is limited, but sheriff deputies are investigating. And over in Orleans Parish, a man was shot near the intersection of South Robertson and MLK Boulevard. Now, we've received word of this shooting just before 2 o'clock this morning. There's no word on the victim's condition at this time. And not far from our station here at WWL-TV, a man was shot in the French Quarter. It happened near St. Louis and Dauphine, and we received word of this shooting around 4:30 this morning. He was taken to a hospital by EMS. And again, if you have any information on any of these shootings, you're asked to call police. So get this, a 70-year-old Good Samaritan was carjacked early yesterday morning, and police need your help finding the suspect. It happened around 12:45 near Pauline Drive in Gentilly. So the suspect flagged down the victim and asked for a ride. Well, the victim agreed, but that's when the robber pulled out a gun and demanded the victim get out of the car. The suspect then sped off down Pauline Drive. If you have anything or you know anything, call Crime Stoppers. The New York Times reports that a Republican consultant who is actively working on President Trump's re-election campaign is behind a fake Joe Biden campaign website. The website is joebiden.info. It gives mock some of the controversies Biden has been involved in and include older gaffes the former vice president has made. According to the Times, the site's creator is Patrick Molden, who makes videos and other digital content for the Trump 2020 team. For NASA, space travel is all about looking to the future and going to infinity and beyond. So we're taking a look in the same mission control room that landed men on the moon. We're going back to July of 1969.
The Eagle has landed.
That's cool. Well, switching gears, it's summertime, which means people are outdoors and flexing their skills on the grill. So after the break, we'll share a Caribbean dish you can make for the upcoming holiday. Time now to get a look at the weather. Chris, what can we expect for today?
Well, it's almost July, so what do you think?
Ooh, I don't know how you said that. That came off a little harsh right there, bro. You've been coming at me all morning, and I've been polite, nothing but polite but you. But I don't know. It's hot, bro. It's hot.
It is hot. So
Jeez.
you're right.
Wow.
Duke,
You go that way.
take it easy.
Wow, you're so mean.
How many donuts did you have?
Just one. You're so mean this
The
morning.
sugar is just ridiculous.
Woo.
Right now outside it's 75 degrees. A dew point of 74 with humidity at 90.
Thank you, Chris. The countdown is on to the 4th of July, and many people will be firing up those grills. Chef Philippe Lamancusa is joining us in the kitchen with an easy Caribbean dish that would be perfect for your holiday gatherings.
Even those of us